Welcome back to the channel, everybody. How you doing? I just want to say I appreciate you guys being here. Today we are going to talk about Buried Lives by Nancy Starr. Let's get into the synopsis first. The more she remembers, the closer she comes to the horrible secret in her past and to the evil lurking in her future. All Joy really knows about her past is that her beloved brother Buddy was kidnapped when they were both very young. Now the terrifying truth is slowly creeping into Joy's seemingly perfect life. The questions about her childhood are starting to be answered, but the memories bring only fear of what she has yet to discover. As dark days follow eerie nights, Joy is swept back to a past more terrible than she dared to imagine and plunge into an abyss of suffocating dread. She knows she has to escape somehow from this unnamed terror. By the time she uncovers the deadly secret and recognizes the mortal evil that has invaded her home, it may be too late. So Buried Lives, I actually bought this at a used bookstore for I think like $1 because I'm a sucker for cool old retro covers. When I first started reading this, I didn't know what I was expecting. The book gave me a home invasion vibe because the whole time you're reading it, I actually thought it was like a haunted house book. And the main character Joy is like, weird things are happening where you think, oh, well, like things are missing in her house and just animals are randomly dying at her house. So I just thought, oh, this is like a haunted house. And then crept more into like a home invasion kind of style that I thought, no, it was neither of those, which honestly was kind of cool. I really enjoyed this book. And apparently this is Nancy Starr's like first book she published. Now this is back in like the 80s. So clearly Nancy probably wrote a lot more other books. With this book, I actually thought it was really fun. It's like 208 pages, but I will say this book is the definition of gaslighting. About the 100-page mark is where everything like gets revealed, and Nancy is like 6 months pregnant in this book, which is interesting. I was a little worried that it was gonna do some like weird possession stuff, kind of like Rosemary's Baby. That's what was in my head for a moment, but I'm glad it wasn't like that. And I thought there was gonna be a big thing about her pregnancy, but at the end of the day, it really wasn't, which was cool. It just had her gaslighting is what is the best way to explain it, is the definition of gaslighting, especially from her husband. Oh my gosh, he like at first he seemed like such a cool dude, and then the more and more Joy starts going into her past, the more and more you're like, what is going on with this man? And you realize there's just a lot of dark things in this book that I'm just like, bro, that's pretty gross. Like for like a scary thing, I don't think it's very high for like horror, but for thrilling, it was actually pretty fun. There was sometimes I was reading, I was just like, I literally would say out loud like, holy crap, I did not expect that, which is cool. I mean, it was a really fun book for like a plot twist, which I don't want to reveal it because of those reasons. Now there is elements of this book where almost every character you just want to punch in the face, besides her friend Molly, who is like her neighbor. She lives in like the suburbs, so it's just like a bunch of rich people that live in the suburbs, and all the wives are just stay-at-home moms, and all they have nothing better to do besides just gossip with each other. So through this whole book, Joy has kind of like problems with the other moms because reasons. And oh my gosh, the gaslighting in this book is crazy, which I didn't expect. Like I said again, I didn't expect so much gaslighting, but at the same time I kind of like enjoy it. I think it was pretty cool to like get in that element of gaslighting in this story, which I really did enjoy. I did enjoy this book a lot more than I thought, especially because I tell you guys all the time that when I usually read books, I don't go too deep into like figuring out what they're about or anything. I just pick them up and read them, and that's kind of how I did with this. I actually expected this to be more of like they all go back to a haunted house, like the main character goes back and figures out her issues, which she sort of does, but it's a lot different than you think it would be, if that makes sense. She doesn't go to this old house to relive all these memories that she remembers and then just like faces her fears in that house. It's a lot different. Like she goes back to the house that like brings back her memories, but the way it's like about, it's just a lot different. I really like the approach of this book that I just was like, wow, this is really, really good. Like, this is a really fun book, and like I said, it's like 210 pages. It's a quick, easy read. I didn't have any complaints about it. I thought it was really fun. Like I said, I literally thought it was a home invasion book, which is kind of fun because I haven't read a home invasion book ever, I don't think, to my knowledge. I usually watch like movies that have home invasion, but book-wise, I don't think I've ever read anything with home invasion yet. So that was actually interesting. Clearly it wasn't, but at the end of the day, still a very, very fun book. Now, if I had to give this a rating out of 5, I think it would be a pretty solid 4 out of 5. I think it was really fun. It's quick pace. It's a good thriller with a little bit of a mystery. I mean, maybe to some people it's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's pretty obvious. And to me, I was just thrown off by it. I guess I didn't really think too deeply about it, which is a thing. All in all, I really like this book. I think this book was a lot better than I anticipated on. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. What do you guys think about Buried Lives? Have you guys read Buried Lives yet, or have you not? Have you read anything else from Nancy Starr? If you have, let me know down below. Maybe I'll check out some more of her other books. And of course, make sure you guys stay safe, stay humble, tell someone you love them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay weird.